Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I'm Monica, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one for me. So I asked over on my Instagram what kind of sit-down videos you guys would like to see, and I got quite a few requests, but one of them was story times that are in vlog form, and so like life happening alongside the story, and another one was like an about me video. So what I've decided to do is kind of mix the two of those, do it like a get to know me, chatty, about me, vloggy style video, and we'll have a little story time in there. And so I thought I would like take those two ideas and kind of put them together. I've never done a video where it's like a vlog, a chatty vlog, where basically I do, like I go about my day normally and then I vlog when I can, like talking. I've seen people do it. I really like watching these kind of videos, but I'm not very good at doing them on my own because I usually set aside like a block amount of time to film, and I'll just film sit down videos in that block amount of time. Like that is part of my day. I don't like go about my day and then like take you guys along with me. But that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna try it out. Let me know if you guys like this format. Let me know. If so, maybe I'll continue doing it. We will see. But I'm about to go into therapy, and so I'm only going to answer a few of these, and so I'll answer as many as I can, go into therapy, maybe get some coffee or something, and then maybe after that we will reconvene back at the house and finish up from there. Let's go ahead and jump into the questions that I was asked. So the first question is, what is your sign? I'm a Scorpio. My birthday is right smack dab in the middle of like being a Scorpio. You know, like there's what, Libra, Scorpio, and then Sagittarius, I think. I don't really know much about this, but I am a Scorpio according to my birthday. I was looking up the characteristics of a Scorpio because I don't really keep up with that stuff, and it's I'm seeing something that I think is pretty funny. Like part of it seems to be true for me, and then the other part of it does not seem to be true at all. So I've got that they are typically loyal, smart. I would like to think that I am both of those things. And then shrewd, I don't really think I'm shrewd. Stoic, I think maybe I'm stoic. It also says they stand by their beliefs and they don't crave anyone else's approval. I can tell you right now that I do crave other people's approval. In fact, it's unfortunately the way that I seem to gather approval from myself for myself. So I'm working on that. That's not exactly a good thing, but yeah, I do crave other people's approval, so that doesn't apply. I also think it's funny because my best friend is also a Scorpio, and she and I are not really super alike in our personalities. Like, we have similar interests, and we like get along really well, but our personalities are not the exact same. So I think it's funny that we are both supposed to be Scorpios, and we don't really match the list perfectly. The next question is, how old are you? I'm 26. I will be 27 this year. I don't think that's old, but I feel like my life is I feel like life is going so fast. I feel like it's sped up. Like the minute I turned 21, it feels like I was just 21, and now I'm going to be 27 in November. So yeah, I just am trying to enjoy life, but I also feel like it's flashing before my eyes and I can't keep up. The next question is, do you have a job? If so, what is it? I don't have a job right now. I have been heavily interviewing and applying for jobs everywhere. I did have a job, if you've been around long enough. I had a job last year. I quit right around this time. I actually did a video on it. It just wasn't a good match, especially it wasn't as good of a match as I was hoping it was going to be, and I was having to wake up really early for it, and yeah, basically I was having to wake up really early for it. The compensation didn't really make up for how early I was having to wake up and how much I was having to work. So yeah, I can only say so much about that, you know? So after I filmed this video, I actually noticed on my Instagram that I missed a couple of questions. I didn't even see them before I wrote down the list of questions I had. So I want to go ahead and answer those questions now. The first one was, what's your job? And I kind of already answered that. So fingers crossed that I'm able to get a job so I can financially support my family. And then this person asked, did I go to college? And if so, what did I study? So yes, I did go to college. I went to UAH in Huntsville, and I studied communications with a concentration in public relations and social media.
I talk a little bit more about that later in the video. And then the last question isn't exactly related to this, but I felt like this was a decent part of the video to put this question in. So this person asked, do you want to have kids? And yes, I absolutely do want to have kids. We're just kind of waiting a little bit and enjoying marriage right now, but when we are ready or when it happens, we would love to have kids. And if we were to choose, we'd love to have 2 kids, a boy and a girl, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, back to the video, and I'm so sorry I missed these questions in my initial filming.
But the next question is, oh no, I have 2 more questions. They're kind of connected. One of my friends hates the color purple. She's on YouTube. Her name is Cassandra Joy on YouTube. You should go check her out. I love her vlogs, so cozy. But she has said time and time again that she does not like the color purple. Like, she hates it. It's her least favorite color, and I find that shocking. I have never met anybody who hates the color purple that was, I don't know, like, I don't even know a lot of men who just, like, straight up hate it. She just doesn't like it, so I jokingly asked her during one of her Q&As, why do you hate purple so much? So she came back and asked why I love it so much. I just do. I just think it's pretty, it's calming. Taylor Swift's album Speak Now is like the whole purple aesthetic, and I love that album. Purple is just one of my favorite colors. And I think, generally, I think it looks good on everybody. She tried on a purple shirt in one of her shorts and was like her YouTube shorts. That sounded funny that I didn't include YouTube before that. But she does like these little shorts where she goes to like Goodwill, and like, it's really fun and cute. And she posts them on Wednesday. I'm like plugging her. Please go check out her channel. She was like in one of these shorts, in one of these YouTube shorts, she was trying on some shirts, and she even pulled one up. And this kind of got the conversation going about the whole purple thing. I'm way going into this way too much. And she was like, you know, I'm desperate. I'm trying on this purple shirt and I hate the color purple. And it looked so good on her. And I was like, the purple shirt looks so good on you. Purple looks good on you. She won't believe me, but it's true. So the next question is the last I'm going to answer for right now. It's also from my friend Cassie. They were kind of put together like, why do you love purple so much? And then this was the real question she asked. And she said, if a tropical drink was named Monica, what would be in it? So, tropical drink. Probably like, so I'm wondering, is it supposed to be an alcoholic drink? Because I'm not a super big drinker at all, really. I mean, I enjoy the occasional one. So, but when I think tropical drink, I do tend to think like a pina colada sort of thing. What would be in it? Okay, I really like Mai Tais. What are in Mai Tais? It would be something similar to a Mai Tai, I think. So like rum, if it were alcoholic. If not, just take the rum and curacao, I think is how you say that. It's a liqueur. Lime juice, or I don't know what that is. Or Giet syrup. So sorry if I butchered that. It would be something along those lines. I like pina coladas too, both virgin and non-virgin, because they basically taste the same, because it covers, like, the rest of the ingredients basically covers up the rum or whatever. So probably, you know what, I don't know, I don't think it would be gross. I think I would take a Mai Tai, mix it with a pina colada. It could be either alcoholic or non-alcoholic, and I think that would be a Monica. Those are all the questions I'm going to answer now. I'm going to pop over to therapy, maybe get some coffee or something, and then we're going to reconvene at the house and continue with the questions. All right, so I am back home. We're going to finish these questions. I'm chilling with a tropical smoothie, strawberry limeade smoothie. I was going to get coffee, but I was right near there when I was on my way home from my therapy session, and it was calling my name, and it sounded good. So, on to the next question. Somebody asked me, what is an embarrassing story you have? So, if you knew me in person, some of you might, you would understand that I have a lot of embarrassing stories, and I've mentioned quite a few of them on my channel in the past. So I'm gonna bring one up that I haven't really brought up since it happened. It's not like the most embarrassing thing ever, but it's a funny little story time. So, if you know anything about me, even just watching my channel, I love Friends. It's one of my favorite TV shows. My name is Monica, so like, I resonate with it. But I didn't actually watch Friends the first time through until I was about 20 years old. Not for any reason. I had like seen some episodes here and there. Like, I sort of knew some things about it, but not a lot, and this proves that. So, The thing about having the name Monica is that people make Friends references to you all the time, and I was tired of not understanding the references, so I finally did watch it. But before I did start watching it, I was working. I actually had my first job ever, and I had it for three and a half years, and I worked at Winn-Dixie, and so I was like scanning somebody's groceries, and I looked up, and somebody who looked identical to like Lisa Kudrow, who plays Phoebe from Friends, she was standing in front of me. She looked exactly like her, like could have been her doppelganger. Really it is. She just doesn't, like Lisa Kudrow doesn't know this person exists, I imagine. But this person looked exactly like her. One thing about working in a grocery store, especially like when you're like ringing groceries up, is it can be a long process between like starting to scan people's groceries and finishing it up in like the receipt printing. So you're like filling some like empty time while you're doing all of that. So I would try to make conversation, and because she looked so much like Phoebe, I made a comment about how she looked like a Friends character. But I messed up because I hadn't seen the show, and I got Phoebe and Monica mixed up on the show. I don't know how. Okay, I don't know how. I just didn't really know much about the show at this point. So I looked up at her, and I like funnily said, wow, you look so much like Monica from Friends. And that's so funny because my name really is Monica. And she looked at me like I was the stupidest person she'd ever met. And I can't say I really blame her. But ever since then, it has haunted me since I have become such an avid Friends watcher and lover. And I can't believe I screwed up that much. Like, not even like, I knew who Rachel was. I knew that Jennifer Aniston played Rachel. I knew that's not what this person looked like, but I got Phoebe and Monica mixed up, and the whole time after that, she was silent. I don't know if she thought I was so stupid or whatever, but yeah, that was really embarrassing, and it still haunts me to this day. All right, so the next question is, what is an unpopular opinion you have? I will take any excuse to bring up Taylor Swift. I have been a huge fan of hers since 2006, since her debut album came out. And I wasn't really into country at the time, so that's pretty funny, but I loved Debut and have loved everything since. An unpopular opinion I have is I don't think that you need to know every little thing about her, nor do you need to know every single song she releases to be considered a Swiftie. My sister-in-law has expressed actually that she doesn't think she would be good at the Eras tour because she's not hugely into Taylor Swift the same way I am, or even other people are, and she's like, I don't feel like I'd fit in. And I was like, no, you can be a Swiftie without knowing every single song. And I know that's like probably like not very liked among the Swifties. I would consider myself a very big Swiftie. I know like a lot about her. I just happen to know a lot about Taylor Swift. I've learned over the years, and I follow her career very closely. But I don't think you need to do that in order to be considered a Swiftie. I also think that the Swiftie fandom can be really toxic to both like other Swifties or people who listen to Taylor Swift, and also Taylor Swift herself, because like, for example, so like I just said, I don't think you need to know everything about Taylor Swift or all of her songs to be considered a Swiftie. I think that some Swifties disagree and that you need to know every little thing about her. And that can be really toxic, especially on like platforms such as TikTok and stuff, like with all the shorts, and people are like, you couldn't be a Swiftie because you didn't know blah 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 song. I don't think that's true, especially because a lot of Swifties now have been born after she like became famous. And I think they can be toxic to Taylor Swift herself, not that it's like super affecting her or anything, obviously, because her sales are through the roof. Ticket, music, streaming, everything is through the roof for her, and they still love her. But like, she's re-releasing these albums, and people like go from really excited to like super critical of the album, like the re-released version, in the blink of an eye. Like, it'll be like, Speak Now's coming out July 7th, blah blah blah, and people will be like, this isn't as good as the first time. It doesn't sound like her when she was 19. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, she's 33, she was 32 when she recorded the Speak Now Taylor's version album, so she probably would not sound 19. I love all of her re-recordings, especially because obviously she's getting to own her music, but also I love getting the vault songs, and I love getting to revisit the nostalgia, and because she gets to own her music, obviously. So yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily an unpopular opinion, but I will use any excuse to talk about Taylor Swift, so anyway. All right, so I got asked, what kind of movies are you into? I love rom-coms. I love any movie with Sandra Bullock in it, pretty much. I think there's only been like 1 or 2 movies that she was in that I just didn't love. But like, my all-time favorite movie is While You Were Sleeping. It's a 90s rom-com with her in it, and I love it. It's the best. I love The Proposal, The Blind Side, anything that she's in, I love. I love The Notebook. Like, I really love rom-coms. I'm a very like happy ending type of viewer of movies, but I also do like thrillers. I think that's pretty funny because I do really enjoy thrillers and like murder mysteries and stuff like that, but I despise horror movies. You would not catch me ever watching a horror movie unless somebody has forced me to. My best friend, who I mentioned earlier, who's also a Scorpio, loves horror movies. Yeah, no, I hate them. I've watched one with her, or a couple with her, and I've watched them with Thomas, and one of my ex-boyfriends was really into horror. I can only watch horror movies once I've already watched them and I know what happens. But that defeats the whole purpose of like the whole scare tactic that people love. I do not like horror movies. Love thrillers, love rom-coms, comedies. And I really like slapstick comedy, like when people fall, probably because I relate to it. So the next question is, what are my favorite TV shows? I already mentioned Friends. Love Friends. I can keep up with who the characters are now. And I love 90s sitcoms, The Nanny, Frasier. I love Cheers. I know that was more 80s, but yeah, Everybody Loves Raymond. That is one of Thomas's and my favorite shows to watch ever. That and Friends are like our go-tos for when we like don't really have anything else going on. So I love 90s sitcoms, Gilmore Girls. We also about 3 weeks ago started watching One Tree Hill, and we've been binging it, so we're literally almost done with the series. It's embarrassing, but it's also not, because I have fallen in love with it. I love One Tree Hill. It is so good. Like, I know that when we finish it, I'm gonna restart it again, even just on my own, because it's so good and I just cannot get enough of it. So the next question is, who is your celebrity crush? I don't want this to sound bad, but I generally think that there are a good amount of good looking actors, like Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling, Bradley Cooper. But I would say my celebrity crush, and this is solely based on his character, he's from One Tree Hill. It's James Lafferty. He's the one who plays Nathan, and at first he is such a jerk at the beginning of the series, and then like he just gets so much better, and I just love his character. So I think it's more of like a character crush. And then maybe after that, I have like a celebrity crush on Ryan Reynolds, because not only is he good looking, but he also has like a super great personality, and I love he and Blake Lively together. I think they're so cute. So the next question is, got any fun trips or fun outings planned for the summer? So not really. We're going to a wedding. When I'm filming this, we're going to a wedding in about a week, and it's not really like a summer trip as much as it is a wedding in the summer that happens to be out of town. Other than that, Thomas just started a new job, and I'm gonna do like a life update video like soon, and I'll fill you guys in on this, but he got a new job and his schedule is a lot different than it was. Like, it's a lot more stereotypically scheduled. Before he was like on standby and would like go to properties. He's in construction, and well, he's in construction, but he's like, he oversees construction. He's a project manager type of deal. And so his new job, he is going to be in the office, and then it's going to change in a few months, which, like I said, I'll fill you guys in my life updates video that I'm going to do. So he's got a little bit of a different schedule, so we wouldn't really be able to plan any real summer vacation yet anyway, because he just started that like a week ago. And so not any trips other than that wedding. Every week at least, I look up rates in New York City, because we went to New York City in February, and I was one of those people that was like, oh, I'll just check New York off my list. It's not a big deal, whatever. No, I adore New York City. I was only there for 4 days, and like ever since we've come back, I keep looking. I'm like, how much do flights cost? How much is a hotel? Can we get like an Airbnb? Will that make it seem more like New York City-esque? Like, because you can like rent out people's apartments with like the walk-ups and the stoops and stuff. And so I'm like, I always look at New York. I would love to do maybe like a fall or winter trip there. We do have like, he's got a work trip in December to Denver. I know I'm like going off. Like, you asked about summer, and I'm like going on a tangent about potential travel plans. But yeah, we're going to Denver in early December for a work trip, and I probably will explore Denver. Maybe I'll vlog it. We'll see. Yeah, I'd love to go to New York again sometime very soon. Got a couple more questions left. The next one is, why do you do YouTube? Do you get paid? So I do YouTube because I love it. That sounds like such a silly answer, but I just love YouTube. I love getting to sit with the camera and like record for you guys so you guys can like watch. I love consuming YouTube. I know that sounds funny, but like, sir, Deuce is on the floor and he's so cute, but he just grunted. Anyway, so I love watching YouTube. Like, it's kind of like my Netflix, except when I'm not watching One Tree Hill, Friends, Everybody Loves Raymond, Frasier, The Nanny, Gilmore Girls, whatever. And I just love it. I feel like it's very relatable. The people I subscribe to are the people that I reflect. Like, I kind of mimic mimic different. Okay, how am I trying to say this? The people I watch are more relatable than some of the YouTubers like Nikki Tutorials. Nothing against her or anything like that, but you know, she has such a high salary, I guess, and like her lifestyle is unattainable for people like me and a lot of people. And so I try to not necessarily mimic, but use other people's channels as inspiration to like put their feel, like the comforting, cozy feel in my channel. I hope that comes across. I try to. Some people that I draw inspiration from for that are like Mikkel Jancy, she's very cozy. I love Jessica Braun, Taylor Wynn, Cassandra Joy, who I mentioned earlier. She is a friend, but I actually started watching her channel before we became friends. And I genuinely love her vibe. She's so cozy. Like, her videos feel like Gilmore Girls on YouTube. Like, I don't know how she does it, but the vibe is very Gilmore Girl-esque with the coziness. And so I could rewatch her videos so many times. But anyway, did I leave somebody else out? Mikkel Jancy, Cassandra, Jessica Braun, Taylor Wynn. I think those are the main people I draw inspiration from. And sometimes Angie from Hot and Flashy. I love the way that she does like try-on videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I just really love doing that. And YouTube for me is a creative outlet. I'm a very creative person naturally. It's where I thrive most. And YouTube also requires me to, you know, basically keep a schedule and manage that schedule well. And no, I don't get paid. I have a very little amount of subscribers in comparison, obviously, to the bigger ones, or even 1,000. I don't have 1,000 yet. And in order to get paid, you have to hit 1,000 first, and then you have to hit 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. And it's hard. It's really easy to compare myself to others sometimes because I have been doing this for over 4 years, and I don't want to get on my soapbox or whatever, but I do get discouraged pretty easily because, like I said earlier, I do tend to use other people for approval. And when approval is strictly number-based and it's not growing the way that you'd like it to, it can really hurt your self-esteem and your motivation. But I just try to stay on track and listen to the people in my life who do give me motivation, who don't necessarily have to, or that, you know, probably should, like Thomas does, but obviously we're married. But I have people besides him who don't really gain anything from giving me a compliment, and they give me compliments on like my editing style or my content, and that's really motivational, even though it's just a few people who are saying it right now. So I'm just kind of going down the slow and steady route and just hoping that that will pay off in the future, because I love YouTube. I would continue to do YouTube for as long as I wanted to. I mean, I think that I don't do it in hopes to get paid. Like, that's a great side effect. That sounds negative, but a great thing that could come with it. But that's not what's keeping me going. I just love putting it out there for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it too. I enjoy making them. It really feeds my creative aspect. And on a completely different note, speaking of jobs, like that do you have a job question earlier, it uses my degree. I got a degree in communications with a concentration in public relations and social media. And so I get to use it even though I'm not getting paid. And it helps me exercise my degree while I do continue to look for a job. And even after this video, I have to go do an interview. So wish me luck there. And I also have to record like a little video intro after this as well. So I'm hoping something will come of that job-wise, that where I can also earn money obviously, and utilize my degree and what I love doing. It's a passion project. That was really long, I'm sorry. The last question is, am I a dog or a cat person? I'm a dog person. Cats hate me. I don't know why, but cats hate me, and because of that, I just don't hang out with them much. The only cat I really like, no, I like 2 cats, okay. I like 2 cats. One is my best friend Melissa's cat. She's super cute. And then the other one is my mom's best friend from college, her cat, and he's kind of like a dog. So we get along. By the way, we have a new German Shepherd. He is so cute. He's just laying on the floor right now asleep. I'm gonna get a little clip of that because he is so cute. And then of course, if you've been here for a while, we have Bailey. She's a little boxer. Deuce is a long-haired German Shepherd, and they're great. We rescued Deuce about 2 months ago now, but we've just been loving Deuce. He is super sweet, and one thing I didn't know about German Shepherds, I don't know if this is a breed thing, I've never owned one before, but at least with him, he is such a dope, and he's my little goober. I love him. He's giant, but he like runs into things all the time. And it doesn't even faze him, but he's super sweet, and we're so glad to have him and make him a part of our family. You don't react like Bailey does. When I go high-pitched, Bailey like perks up. He's like, I'm sleeping, shut up. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this style video. I hope it was somewhat what you guys were wanting. Let me know if you liked it, if it's what you were looking for, if you'd like to see more. I will do more if you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked out the rest of my channel, definitely go do so. I do actual vlogs where we go and try things, we go thrifting, we go shopping, we hang out, we explore, and then I also do beauty videos as well. So definitely go check those out if you haven't yet, and subscribe if you enjoy what you see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell. That is it for now. So I hope you guys have the best rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.